Make sure my hair's looking okay, Nanny.
Okay, I'll make sure my collar's okay.
You look beautiful. Alright.
Okay.
Ready? Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hebert house.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
Today I have a very special guest. This is Nanny. You've heard me talk about her before in some of my videos, and today we are going to have our very first edition of YouTube's Nanny Chronicles.
Okay.
I used to do these videos in Car Rider Line, but since we do not do Car Rider Line anymore, I've had many people request that I do them on YouTube, so I thought, why not? So we're gonna go ahead and before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button. You know what that means, Nanny?
No, I do not. I don't.
That's okay.
I can tell you what I always thought it was.
What, thumbs up?
Yeah, here comes the bus.
Here comes the bus. Thumbs up. I love it. Well, you make sure you hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up so you can get more Nanny Chronicles. So this video is going to go live on the 4th of July. So I thought that today, Nanny and I would talk about what being an American means to her and how she sees freedom in our country. So first of all, Nanny, let's see, what does being an American mean to you?
Well, the first thing I think about is freedom. And I learned about that from the time I was real little, because I was born, you know, right after the Second World War, and I felt like it was still going on from what we were going through.
Sure.
Yeah, because times was so hard. Yeah.
Nanny grew up on a farm in the middle of the country with 6 brothers and sisters. She was the oldest of 7. And so times definitely were hard, especially for a big family.
Yeah, but my daddy if he had not had what he did, or worked as hard as he did, we wouldn't be where we're at.
Yes,
And
thank goodness.
and I think about togetherness, you know.
Yes.
Because it was just hard. He was a farmer and he worked, you know, to pull that.
Whew,
So,
it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was. And he kept us all going. And we learned we knew what hard work was too. So it was really a trying time, but it was a good time. We didn't know any difference.
Well, there you go. That's probably the most important thing, is that they didn't know any difference, but togetherness and family, which our family is still very strong in that sense, thank goodness. So tell me a little bit more about what your freedom means to you, as far as saying that you have the freedom of being an American.
Oh goodness, I know that there's a lot, because what I know about other countries I've mostly studied. I've been, you know, somewhat, but not nearly enough to really experience things. But I didn't have to, because I read about them and I met some of the people, and so I know that life was not easy.
Yes.
It was hard. And I can tell you about some of the times when I was growing up, you know, and going to the store and different things, and back when I was, I would say 10 or 12, and I don't know what it was, probably worse before then, but I don't really remember it. But we had to have food stamps in order to get food with the money. It didn't matter how much money you had. If you didn't have food stamps, you didn't get the food. So, you know, and then you were only allowed to get whatever food stamps you had. If you didn't have a food stamp, you couldn't get it even if you needed it. So that's how bad it was. So, and that was here in America, and I experienced that, and I can think back on it, and the times that were hard, you know. And my daddy was a hard worker, and he had a lot of land, and he farmed too, besides working. And I thought about other people that didn't have all that it was really, I heard some really bad stories, and they were really, it was true life, but I didn't realize it at the time. And so it was a lot of things that went on. I can remember my really young days. I'd say before I was 7 or 8, my daddy didn't have a car. And just about everybody was doing the same thing. They went everywhere in buggies, even to church. Horse and buggy.
So it's so crazy that you lived during a time where there were horse and buggies. That's so crazy.
Yeah, so that was time. And of course, I know we still do this, but ride horses, we did a lot of that back then.
Yes. Goodness, can you believe it? Well, I think so many times as Americans, we really just take for granted the freedoms and the liberties that we have. And even nowadays, even compared to when Nanny was younger, and now even where Bobby is younger, and just comparing the two generations, just the freedoms and liberties that he has in comparison to what Nanny has been through and what other older Americans have been through as well. It's just crazy to me. So what do you think? Let me ask you this. In America today, there's obviously a lot of turmoil and there's a lot of things that are going on with our country. What could you say you would recommend for those who want to be the best Americans they can be? What's something that they can remember?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. I think a good way to say it would be to look at other countries and what they go through in the same situation, and then you being an American, what you're going through and what you're doing in that same situation. Yeah.
Just being grateful for what you have.
That is so true. And I think about it maybe once in a while, but not a great deal, because see, I don't know anybody in this situation. Like if, I've always been blessed. I guess maybe because I am a country girl. And we always had a big garden, and my mother always had a big room with canned goods, and it was just, we had plenty of what we needed. But I think about sometimes that maybe it's people that don't have no possible way to have plenty.
Yeah.
And what
I mean, in other countries?
Yeah, and well, in this country too, if you don't have a way, like I know we had a way because we lived in the country and we had plenty of land and stuff like that. And the people that lived in town, I was told after I got married and moved to Augusta, the biggest town around, by my mother-in-law, that in order to get food that you needed and wanted, you waited in line behind a truck that come around. So, and I don't remember those days. I mean, I wasn't there. So, but we have had a taste in America. If you live back then, see, I'm almost 100, so I won't.
Nanny's got a couple of years until she gets 100.
I mean, but back then was some times that America had a time, and I think about really the ones that they did have. America had more hard times than the people that are living now realize.
Yes. So I think more than anything, it's just saying that, to take some time this 4th of July and to be appreciative of the things that we are handed and given on a daily basis as a younger generation. I know even for myself, I take for granted very often just the luxuries and liberties that we have. And when I hear Nanny's stories of when she was younger, it just makes me a little bit more appreciative and just to be a little bit more grateful and thankful for God for what He has provided for us as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we just wanted to come to you on 4th of July, give you a little backstory, let Nanny tell you what it meant to her to be an American and to how to be a good American. And I think that's pretty much it for today. Anything you wanted to add?
No, I just think about our forefathers. It was always, I think about, they really got a good taste of it. It's a little bit harder for them than it was for me.
That is
even.
for sure.
And,
yeah.
So it helps me to be more appreciative.
Yeah.
To know.
Well, I think even with that, I would like to really encourage the people that are watching this as well to pray for our administration. Whether you agree with them, whether you don't agree with them, whether you believe what they're doing is right, whether you believe what they're doing is wrong, as Americans, the best thing that we can do is to continue to pray for the leaders of our country and that they will make the right decisions. And also as Americans, I believe that the best thing that we can do is take an example from Nanny and be kind, because you never know what anybody else is going through. So be kind.
Be kind is right. To those that are not kind to you, you're still kind to them. So they'll know. They don't even know.
They don't even know. All right, y'all have a good 4th of July. Happy 4th of July.
Absolutely.
We love you guys. Come back and see us soon.
Thank you.
I love you, Nanny.
Love you too, darling.
God bless.